Hello my friends, this is Mohammed, your tour guide. In the previous episode, I took you on a tour of the city of Aswan, and today in this episode we will talk in our first stop about the Temple of Philae. But before we start our episode, do not forget to subscribe to the channel so that we continue to provide our content. Philae Island, an island in the middle of the Nile River, is one of the strongest fortresses along Egypt's southern borders, and separates the Nile into two opposite channels in Aswan. It had an Philae temple and was moved from its original place on Philae Island and was assembled on Angelica Island, following the construction of the High Dam. The name Philae or Philae goes back to the Greek language, which means, the beloved, or, the granules. As for the Arabic name for it, it is Anas al-Wajud, in reference to the legend of Anas found in the stories of 1001 Nights. As for the ancient Egyptian and Coptic name, it is Belak or Belach, which means the limit or the end because it was the last border. Egypt in the south. The cult group was dedicated to the worship of the goddess Isis, but the island contained temples to Hathor, Amenhotep and other temples. This temple dedicated to the goddess Isis, which was flooded by the waters of the Nile, was divided and reassembled in a new location above Angelica Island, about 500 meters away from its original place on Philae Island. Its buildings include a temple to Hathor, and the visitor can watch the sound and light show at night, which is presented in different languages. Egypt was a prosperous part of the Roman Empire. It became truly wealthy, and several new cities were built in it. One of the most famous facilities in Egypt in the Roman era was the so-called Pharaoh's resting place, i.e. Trajan's booth. This monument was built on the island of Philae by Trajan, the Roman ruler. Since the completion of the construction of the first Aswan Dam in 1902, the waters of the Nile have surrounded Philae Island for most of the year, due to the island's valuable archaeological stock, which includes temples, shrines, columns, and pharaonic gates, all of which embody Roman, Greek, and pharaonic architectural styles. Nectanebo, who is considered one of the last original kings of Egypt, built a temple on the island of Philae in the first half of the 4th century BC, and after him came the Ptolemies, who ruled the country for 300 years and embraced the worship of Isis, adding their own shrines to the island. The construction of the High Dam radically changed the situation. Since the island would be located between the new dam and the old dam, it would become partially submerged, but all year round. In addition, the daily withdrawal of water to drive the turbines that generate electricity may mean the presence of continuous ripples at approximately 3 meters of the water level, which in turn leads to rapid destruction of the stones. Therefore, failure to find a solution to this problem would have led to this floating island that has long been hidden. Tourist souls are disappearing from the map. When the problem of Philae Island was raised as an urgent problem, the response to the Nuba campaign was rapid, which reflected the determination of the international community to save an area of this beauty and this historical importance. Therefore, the issue was not whether to save Philae or not as much as it was how to save it. However, after studying the results of this project, in particular the effect of artesian water on the antiquities and the large cost required by the project, the experts also proposed another project submitted by the Egyptian government. This project aims to transport the antiquities to Angelica Island. Temple of Philae has ended. Wait for us in the next episode. We will go together to the Temple of Abu Simbel. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel and activate the bell button so that we continue to provide our content. See you.